Okay, so ayan, good evening everyone. So ayan, nandyan na medyo na-late siguro yung iba kasi nasa trabaho pa, but papasok daw sila. Okay, so of course, we are now on forensic ballistic. So after na ballistic natin, pupunta tayo sa QD, fingerprint and toxicology. So siguro mga December 15 matapos na natin, but then again, habang may oras pa tayo ng December, magkaklase pa rin tayo. Okay? So, but of course, parang nasa ano na to, parang free final coaching, kumbaga. Kasi may mga ano na, may ini-insert ako dito na mga Q&A na sasagutan ninyo. Okay, kasi masyadong boring kapag mag-explain na ako na mag-explain kasi ayan. So, of course, mas maganda pa rin yung may sasagutan kayo. Okay, so yan. Of course, ang forensic ballistic, again, pag sinabi nating forensic, okay, so yung result ng ballistic examination, of course, na ginagawa or na ginagawa ng ballistician, of course, yes, sila yung expert class. So yun, it will be presented as evidence in court. Kaya nagkaroon tayo ng forensic ballistic. Mamaya, i-explain natin kung ano yung kaibahan ng ballistic sa forensic ballistic. Okay? So pag sinabi nating ballistics class, it's about the motion. Okay? The motion of the projectiles. So ang always ko na ginagawa dyan na acronym is MOP kapag ballistics na pag-uusapan. MOP. Okay? So ibig sabihin, that is the motion of projectile. Okay? That is ballistics. Of course, class, yung nanggaling yan sa balen or balo, meaning to throw, or Roman ballista, which means a catapult. So, dyan nag-originate class ang tinatawag natin na ballistics. Okay? So, again, tandaan nyo, pag sinabi natin ballistics, it's about the motion of projectile. Pag sinabi kasi nating motion, what is motion? Okay, what is motion? Pag sinabi nating sa ballistic, it is about the motion of projectile. So, ano yung motion na yon? Ano yun? Sino yung may alam? Okay, very good. So, very good, Nasim. That is the movement. Okay, that is the movement of projectiles. Si Attorney Anselmo pala yung ano sa inyo, ang nag-lecture sa inyo, Nasim, sa Quest, sa CLJ. Okay, so process of moving, very good. So again, pag sinabi natin motion, that is the movement of the projectile. Okay, so yan. So yan, class. Si Attorney Gapit. Hindi, nakita ko kasi yung ano eh. Isang branch ka ba? Nakita ko kasi sa post ni Attorney Anselmo eh. Yung ano rin, yung top notcher sa bar exam. Okay. So yan. Sa Muntinlupa. Okay. So yan. So of course class, we have the branches of ballistics. Of course, alam na alam nyo na to. So unang-una dyan, we have the interior ballistics. Ang interior ballistics or anything taking place in and on, okay, and gone prior to the bullet leaving the muzzle. So interior ballistic. Okay, tinatawag rin natin. Ano yung other term class for interior ballistic? Okay, from the word itself, interior. Ibig sabihin, sa loob. Okay, sa loob pa. So, ano yung other term for interior ballistics? Sige, pakilagay sa comment section. Okay, so very good. So that is internal ballistics class. Anything taking place in and on the gun prior to the bullet leaving the muzzle. That is the interior ballistic. Nakuha? Then, okay, how about number 2? Exterior ballistics. Ano naman ang exterior ballistics? What is the other term for exterior ballistics? Pag sinabi natin exterior ballistics, anything taking place when the bullet is outside of the muzzle. Okay, tanda niyo exterior, exterior outside of the muzzle or outside of muzzle, that is exterior ballistics rather. Okay, what is the other term? Okay, very good. That is external. That is external ballistics. Nawa? Okay, so yan, external ballistics. Pag sinabi naman nating terminal ballistics, okay, pag sinabi nating terminal ballistics, anything taking place on target yan yung tinatawag natin na terminal ballistic. Pag sinabi natin terminal ballistics class, ibig sabihin, ano yung naka-create ng damage ba? Okay? What is the extent of damage caused, okay, by the bullet to the target? So yan yung tinatawag natin na terminal ballistics. Anything taking place on the target. While ang forensic ballistics, of course, wag sinabi natin forensic ballistics, that is the proper term for firearm identification. Okay, so forensic ballistics, that is firearm identification. So meaning, ang result ng forensic ballistics or forensic examination or forensic ballistic examination will be used as evidence in court. So again, ang branches ng ballistics natin, we have interior, anything taking place in and on the gun prior to the bullet leaving the muzzle. Exterior naman, outside of the muzzle. Terminal, ibig sabihin, anything taking place on the target. What is the effect of the bullet on the target? So that is terminal ballistics. And forensic ballistics naman, that is the proper term for firearms identification. Okay? So nakuha na? Wala nang tanong dito? Okay na ba? Okay.
Okay na po, sir.
Okay, so let's move on sa next slide. Okay, so pakibasa nga. Pakibasa, Sir Nasim. Okay, Sir Nasim. Ito yung next natin na top-notcher class, no? Possible. Okay. So, ano kasi, alam ko kung sino yung magta-top-notcher sa mga student ko eh. Sige, go ahead.
Overwhelmed naman ako dun, sir. Sige ba? What is the science that deals with the study of the motion of the projectiles? Letter A, ballista. B, forensic ballistics. And C, ballistics. And D, ballistics.
Okay, sige.
Ballistic.
Okay, thank you. So, ang question natin first class, what is the science that deals with the motion of projectiles? Of course, I already discussed that one. Palaging tinatanong ko sa board exam eh. Kaya dapat plus alam yung spelling Okay, is that ballista, forensic ballistic, ballistics, or ballistics na letter single L? Okay. So kapag hindi hindi niyo na-encounter yung ballistics, so ayan. Of course, tandaan niyo palagi pag sinabi nating ballistics, of course, that is MOP. Ayan o, MOP. That is the science that deals with the motion or tinatawag natin na movement of the projectiles. Okay? So yan yung tinatawag natin na ballistics. So that's why ang sagot natin dyan, that is letter C. The science that deals with the study of the motion of projectiles, that is ballistics. Of course, pag sinabi natin forensic ballistics, that is the firearm identification. Okay? So, yan. Of course, wrong spelling yung letter D dito. So, wag yung isagot ha. So, again, it is the science that deals with the study of motion of projectiles or the MOP. That is what we call ballistics. That is letter C. Okay? So, next. Okay, next to read si Hannah Binuya. Hannah?
Yes, coach. Is defined as the science of firearms identifications by means of the ammunitions fired through them. A. Ballista. B. Foreign ballistics. C. Ballistics. D. Forensic ballistics.
Okay, so ayan, thank you. Okay, so what is your answer, class? So it is defined as the science of firearms identification by means of ammunition fired through them. Again, it is defined as the science of firearms identification by means of ammunition fired through them. Letter A, ballista. Letter B, foreign ballistics. Letter C, ballistics. And letter D, forensic ballistics. So what is your answer? What is your answer? Okay, so very good. So sinabi niya, kanina yung tanong natin, it is the science or it is the study of the motion of projectiles or the MOP. So that's why ang sagot natin doon kanina is ballistics. Dito naman, ang focus niya or ang tanong niya, it is the science of firearms identification. So pag sinabi natin it is the study of firearms identification class, that is the proper term for forensic ballistics. That's why ang sagot natin dyan, that is a letter D, that is forensic ballistics. Again, pag sinabi natin ballistics kasi, that is the science or that is the study of motion of projectile. So dalawa lang naman yung pagpipilian nyo dito. Okay, so ang balista naman, of course, that is based on historical or yung sa history niya kung saan ang galing. Okay, so that's why our answer, that is letter D, forensic ballistics. Nakuha na? Nasundan ninyo, class? Okay, so very good. So tama lahat yung mga sagot ninyo. Okay, so let's proceed now on the next question. Okay, so pakibasa nga si ano naman, si Bridget Madchalang. Bridget, nandyan ka?
Sir.
Okay, sige, Bridget. Naka-on na kasi yung mic niya kaya
yes, sir.
na.
Sir?
Okay na, okay na.
Good afternoon, sir. Good evening, sir.
Good evening.
Di pa marinig eh?
Ay, okay na. Marinig.
Ish.
Ay,
Hello?
baka may sira siguro ang ni Bridget. Narinig niyo ako, class?
Yes po, narinig.
Okay. So, balikan na lang natin mamaya si Bridget. Baka may problema sa niya, sa kanyang audio.
Di ba marinig, sir?
Marinig naman.
Hello po.
Marinig naman.
Hello?
Marinig.
Good evening.
Ayan. Baka may problem.
Hello?
Sige, mamaya na lang, balikan ka namin. Balikan ka na. Okay. Balikan. Okay. So balikan na lang natin mamaya si Ma'am Bridget kasi naririnig natin yung boses niya. Tayo hindi niya ako naririnig siguro. Pwede siguro ma'am na mag-left ka dito tapos babalik ulit. Okay. Sige. Muted. Wait lang . Okay. Sige, try mo ulit. Try. Okay, ask to unmute. Okay na ba? Okay.
Hello?
Okay, ayan.
Okay na ba, sir?
Yes, narinig na. Okay, sige. Pakibasa.
Hello, sir.
Okay na. Okay na. Narinig.
Ish. Good evening, sir. Hello?
Sige. Naririnig po, ma'am. Naririnig.
Okay po, sir.
Okay na.
What do you call... Okay na ba, sir?
Okay na.
Okay po. What do you call the size of... Yes, sir. What do you call the size of the bullet grouping on the target? Letter A, terminal speed. B, terminal range. C, terminal boost. And D, terminal accuracy, sir.
Okay, thank you. Sige, okay na. So,
Diba?
ayan, what is your answer, class? What do you call the size of the bullet? Bullet
Eish.
on the targets. Okay, what is your answer?
Okay na.
Okay. So again, pag sinabi nating bullet grouping on the target, okay, so ang sagot natin dyan, class, that is letter D, that is terminal accuracy. Okay, so again, pag sinabi nating terminal accuracy, okay, that is what we call the bullet grouping lang, class. Yun yung tanda nyo, kapag bullet grouping on the target, that is letter D, terminal accuracy. Pag sinabi kasi nating terminal range, of course, kung ano yung pinakamalayo, okay, na maabot ng bullet, class, okay, bago niya ma-hit yung target, that is the terminal range. Pag sinabi nating terminal speed, class, what is terminal speed naman? Okay, kasi di ba pag sinabi nating terminal accuracy, that is the bullet grouping on the target or the size of the bullet on the target. Pag sinabi nating terminal range naman, yung length, okay, na maabot ng bullet before hitting the target. So how about terminal speed? What is terminal speed? Okay, so ayan, very good. So pag sinabi nating terminal speed, that is the velocity. Very good, Sumoso. Okay, so that is the velocity class. Okay, from the word itself, speed. So meaning that is the velocity, kung gaano kabilis. So yan yung tinatawag natin na terminal speed. Okay, how fast or the velocity of the bullet when hitting the target. So that is terminal speed class. Okay, so yeah, that is letter A. So I hope it's clear. Okay, so dito naman pakibasa nandito ba si si Sir ano na lang, si Sir Porras, si Sergeant Porras. Nandito si Sergeant
Those,
Porras.
yes sir, yes sir.
Okay, sige.
Those that are characteristics that are determinable even prior to the manufacture of the firearm are known as A. Station marks, B. Scratches, C. Class characteristics, D. Individual characteristics.
Okay, thank you. So, ang question class, those that are characteristics that are determinable even prior to the manufacture of the firearm are known as letter A, striation marks, letter B, scratches, letter C, class characteristics, and letter D, individual characteristics. Of course, class, ang tanong niya kanina or ang tanong niya dito is characteristics. So meaning, automatically, eliminate letter A and letter B. So mag-focus kayo sa class characteristics and individual characteristics. Sabi niya, it is the characteristics that are determinable even prior. Ibig sabihin, before. Ang tanda niyo lang naman dyan, class, is the before and after. So pag sinabi nating before or prior to the manufacture of the firearm, anong tawag natin doon na characteristics? Okay. So, okay. So, yan. Lahat sumagot. What will be your answer?
No other even prior to the manufacture of the firearm.
Okay. So, ayan. What is your answer? Okay, very good. So, majority of you answered letter C. So, that is class characteristics. Okay? So, again, yung mga characteristics ng firearm, even prior or before the manufacturing date or before the manufacture class, that is what we call the class characteristics. Pag sinabi naman sa board exam, pag tanong naman, those are the characteristics of firearm that are determinable even or that they are determinable after, okay, na manufacture yung firearm. That is what they call the individual characteristics. Again, ang tanda nyo lang sa class characteristics class, before or prior, while ang individual characteristics naman, ang tanda nyo lang naman dyan, after. Okay, nakuha? Nasundan ninyo? Nasundan ba?
Yes po. Yes,
Okay,
coach.
sige, let's proceed now sa next slide. Okay, so next to answer or to read si Jongjong. Nandiyan si Jongjong.
Good evening, sir.
Hi, good evening. Sige. May klase kayo ngayon?
Bukas pa, sir?
Ay, bukas pa. Sige.
Yes, sir. It refers to the study of the behavior of the interaction of a projectile with its target. It refers to the study of the behavior of the interaction of a projectile when it hits target. A. Terminal ballistics. B. Exterior ballistics. C. Wound ballistic. D. Internal ballistics.
Okay, so what is your answer, class? So it refers to the study of the behavior of the interaction of a projectile with its target. Letter A, terminal ballistics. Letter B, exterior. Letter C, wound ballistics. And letter D, we have internal ballistics. What is your answer? Okay, so very good. So ang sagot natin dyan, of course, yan yung tinatawag natin na terminal ballistics. Okay, it refers to the study of the behavior of the interaction of a projectile with its target. So ang sagot natin dyan, class, very good, that is terminal ballistics. Okay, of course, we already discussed what is exterior ballistics, okay, internal ballistics, and of course, pag sinabi natin wound ballistic, class, okay, ano naman yung tinatawag natin na wound ballistic? Okay, ano yung pagkakaintindi ninyo pag sinabi natin na wound ballistics? Okay, so pag sinabi natin wound ballistic, class, what is wound ballistic? May naka-on ba ng microphone? Sige, I will check. Okay. Okay. Sige, what is your answer? It refers to the study of the behavior of the interaction of a projectile with its target. Okay, what is your answer, class? Ayun, no. Nasagutan na pala natin. I mean, what is wound ballistic? Okay, ano yung ano niyo? Pag sinabi natin wound ballistic, what is wound ballistic? Bakit nagsusulat si Jong sa ating screen? Naririnig niyo ako, class? Naririnig ba?
Yes, sir.
Ay, naririnig naman. Okay. Bakit walang sumasagot? Naghang yung utak ninyo? Okay. Sige, again. Ano yung idea ninyo, class? Or anong pagkakalam ninyo pag sinabi nating wound ballistic? Isa-isahin natin to para pagdating sa ano. Ay, ayaw na ba? Okay lang, okay lang. Okay, injury. Okay. So, pag sinabi nating wound ballistic, class, of course, tama naman yung sinabi ninyo na injury. Okay, medical implication. Ano yung iba? Okay. So, ayan. Tingnan natin. Thinking the right term. Okay. So, ayan. Sige. Ano ba yung terminal ballistic? Of course, from the pag sinabi nating wound ballistic radar, class, of course, from the word itself, wound, ibig sabihin, papasok yan yung phenomena kung saan, class, yung bullet or yung projectile will cause or will create yung tinatawag natin na butas na mag-create, class, ng wound or injury. Okay? Yan yung tinatawag natin na wound ballistic. Okay? So, yan. So again, pag sinabi natin wound ballistic, of course, yan yung tinatawag natin na mag-explain, class. Kung saan, sino yung naka-on ng microphone, paki-off, class, kasi ano sa iba. Okay, pag sinabi again natin ng wound ballistic, class, of course, yan yung result kung saan papasok yung tinatawag natin na bullet or projectile sa katawan ng tao na mag-create ng wound or injury. So yan yung tinatawag natin na wound ballistic. How deep gaano ba kalalim yung makikreate niya na wound or yung tinatawag natin na injury. So sabi ni Nassim, the ability of the projectile upon the reach on the target that could inflict and cause injury. So yan. Okay, ganun ka sa. So tama yan. So meaning, kapag tumama yung bullet or yung projectile sa katawan ng tao, of course, papasok yan sa body parts natin na posible na mag-create ng wounds or injury. Then of course, class, ang study ng wound ballistic, pag-iisipan rin or i-study rin kung paano lalabas yung bullet sa katawan. Okay? So yan yung tinatawag natin na wound ballistics. So that is letters, yung letter C, yung wound ballistic, yun yung explanation niya, class. Okay? So kasi alam niyo naman what is terminal, what is exterior, what is internal or interior ballistic. So nakuha na? Naintindihan nyo na, class? Wala nang question dito?
Yes po.
Okay, good. So yan. So mamaya balikan nyo ulit para mas maintindihan niyo. Okay, so in-explain lang natin ang mas yung pinaka-simplified. So para wala nang hindi na kayo magkakagulo, di ba? Boring sum is basic. So yan. Okay, next question. Sino kaya? Ano naman? Sino ba? Si James. How about James and Lawrence? Okay, James, pakibasa.
Yes, sir. Good evening, sir.
Good evening.
In ballistics, it deals with the study of the behavior of the bullet after it exits the barrel and before it hits the target? Letter A, external ballistics. Letter B, wound ballistics. Letter C, terminal ballistics. Letter D, internal ballistics.
Okay. So in ballistics, it deals with the study of the behavior of the bullet after it exceeds the barrel and before it hits the target. Okay, what is your answer? Okay, sabi niya after it exits. Ibig sabihin, lumabas. Okay, so what is your answer? Okay, of course, ang sagot natin dyan, very good. So, nakuha nyo na agad yung team plano. Gaano atakihin yung board exam question. So, of course, ang sagot natin dyan, that is letter A, external ballistics. So, nandito pala si Sir Roger. Kamusta yung review ni Sir Roger dyan sa review center ninyo? Okay, so again, ang sagot natin dyan, class, that is external ballistics. It is the study of the behavior of the bullet after it exits the barrel and before it hits the target. So that is letter A, external ballistics. Okay, letter A. Okay, next. Next question. Please read. Sino naman? Si Bertodazzo. Bertodazzo, nandyan. Okay, Bertodazzo, makibasa.
Yes, sir. What do you call the delay of explosion of ammunition? A, ricochet. B, misfire. C, delay fire. D, hang fire.
Okay, so thank you. So what do you call the delay of explosion of ammunition? Letter A, ricochet. Letter B, misfire. Letter C, delay fire. And letter D, hang fire. Okay, so what is your answer, class? What do you call the delay of explosion of ammunition? So, what is your answer? Okay, so ang sagot natin dyan, okay, pag sinabi nating delay, of course, class, hindi mo pwedeng isagot rin si delay fire, di ba? So, automatic tanggalin mo yan. So, ang sagot natin dyan, that is letter D, hang fire. Okay? Hang fire. Pag sinabi nating hang fire, ibig sabihin, class, di ba? Pag from the word itself, hang, ibig sabihin, ano muna, meron mo nang tawag nito, meron mo ng time, kumbaga, before siya pumotok, hang fire, delay of the explosion of ammunition, di ba? Mostly class nangyayari yan, di ba? Lalo na kapag December, New Year. Kasi akala mo yung paputok mo, hindi na puputok. Yun pala after 20 seconds, pumutok siya. So yan yung tinatawag natin na hangfire. Same as hangfire rather. Same as true with with the firearms. So yan. So yan, pag sinabi kasi nating misfire, from the word itself misfire, ano yung tinatawag natin yan, class? Pag sinabi nating misfire, kasi ang hangfire is the delay of the explosion of ammunition. How about yung tinatawag natin na misfire? So what is misfire? Okay, so tandaan nyo, class, very good. So ang keyword natin dyan for misfire, that is the total failure. Again, pag sinabi natin misfire, that is the total failure na tinatawag natin. So misfire. So nakuha? So yun yung tinatawag natin na misfire, class. Okay. So next, let's move on sa next slide. Okay, dito tayo. Of course, pag sinabi natin forensic science, okay, so we already discussed that one. So, ano lang to, class? Yung brief summary ng forensic ballistics. Okay, of course, hindi to kompleto, ha. So, pag sinabi natin forensic ballistics, ano yung tinatawag natin na SFI, class? What is SFI? Stands for, para mas mabilis na yung may tandaan. Ganito yung style, class, ng final coaching natin, na ang final coaching kasi namin or yung final coaching ko, naka-terms ng lahat. Then i-discuss yan para walang makalimutan na term. So meaning kapag bago yan sa'yo, ibig sabihin hindi mo nabasa yan. So meaning kailangan mo mabasa. Okay? So pag sinabi natin SFI, what is that? Okay, very good. So pag sinabi natin forensic ballistics, that is the science of firearms identification. How about naman yung tinatawag natin na ballistics na MOP? What is MOP, class? Okay, what is MOP? Okay, so pag sinabi nating MOP, that is the motion of the projectile. So yan yung tinatawag natin na MOP. So motion of the projectile. So yan, nakuha ba? Okay, so motion of the projectile. Then how about naman pag sinabi nating motion? What is motion? That is, pag sinabi nating motion, that is the the movement. Okay, very good. So that is the movement. Okay, how about we have the three kinds of motion, class. We have the DRT. So ano yung DRT? Ano yung tatlong motion na yun, class? Okay, what is DRT stands for? Okay, yung three kinds of motion natin. Okay, ano yung three kinds of motion natin? Yung DRT, what is that? Okay, very good. So that is direct, rotatory, and translational. Okay, translational. Yan yung three kinds of motion natin. Okay, wait lang, class po. Ano ka tubig? Okay, so again, so we have the kinds of motion. So we have the direct, rotatory, and of course the translational motion. Okay, so nakuha. So next, we have, okay, next slide. So we have the three division of ballistics. Ano yung tatlong division ng ballistic, class? Okay, ano yung IET na tinatawag natin? IET. Okay, what is IET stands for? Okay, so what is IET? Okay, so of course we have the internal, external, and of course we have the terminal ballistics. Okay, so how about naman pag sinabi natin on the next slide? So of course ang ballistician, of course they are the expert class. They examine yung tinatawag natin na Okay, so pag sinabi natin caliber 22, okay, of course that is the smallest, no? Then caliber 50, that is the biggest caliber. Okay, next. So we have, kung meron tayong three divisions of ballistics, we have the internal, external, and terminal. Ano naman yung tatlong three division of forensic ballistics? Yung tinatawag natin na FTL. Okay, ano naman yung FTL na yon? Again, so ano yung tatlong FTL? Yung three division of forensic ballistics. What is that? Okay, so of course, we have the field inquiry, technical examination, and of course, yung sa laboratory. So that is the three division of ballistics. So we have the FTL. And of course, we have the four types of firearms, class. So ano yung four types of firearms? Mamaya explain natin one by one yan. So what are the four types of firearm? Yung RPSR. Okay, ano yung R? Ano yung P, ano yung S, ano yung R? What is RPSR rather, sorry. Okay, so we have the, okay, of course, we have, what is RPSR rather, sorry. So yan, the four types of firearms. So, saan yung sumagot? Okay, so of course, we have the rifle, pistol, shotgun, and of course, the revolver. Again, so we have the 4 types of firearms. We have the rifle, pistol, shotgun, and of course, the revolver. So yan yung 4 or the 4 types of firearms. Okay, nasundan? So yan. Then, of course, we have the 2 kinds of gun class. Okay, ano yung 2 kinds of gun natin? Okay, so ano yung class? Of course, we have, okay, small arms and of course, the artillery. Tama? Okay, so yan yung 2 kinds of gun. Nandyan ba kayo? Okay, so we have the small arms and of course, the artillery natin. So mamaya explain natin yung difference between the two. So pag sinabi natin class characteristics, of course, that is the characteristics of firearms or that is characteristic of firearm even or prior to its manufacturing or manufacture. While ang individual, of course, tanda nyo lang yung before. Okay? So yan yung class characteristic. Of course, prior, individual, that is after. Okay? Nakuha? So next. Okay. Then, of course, si Calvin Goddard's. Okay, pag sinabi natin ordnance division class, ordnance, ibig sabihin, sila yung nakatalaga class lalo na sa mga bombing and so on. So sila yung, hindi yan ordnance, ordnance talaga yan, ordnance division. Then, of course, the gunpowder, trajectory, terminal energy, extractor versus ejector. Mamaya i-explain natin mamaya. Then, burden primer versus boxer primer. And of course, yung stylus or yung ballpen na ginagamit natin class sa paglagay ng marks. Okay, so dito tayo. Okay, of course, pag sinabi nating firearms, so we have the different definitions of firearms, no? So we have the technical and of course the legal definition. Okay, of course, ang legal definition niya under section 87 plus. Oh, 877. Okay, so of course we have it is the weapons that discharge projectiles by gunpowder and other explosive. That is the legal definition of firearms. It is the weapons that discharge projectile by gunpowder and other explosive. Then of course we have the technical definition ng tinatawag din natin na firearms. Okay, so it is the instrument. Okay, it is the instrument for propulsion and of course by gases of gunpowder. So yan yung tinatawag natin class na technical definition of firearms. So again, ulitin natin under the legal definition. So we have section 877. So yan yung tinatawag natin na legal definition of firearms. It is the weapon that discharge projectiles by gunpowder and other explosive. While ang technical instrument for propulsion of projectiles by gases of gunpowder. So that is the technical definition. Okay. So yan yung firearms natin class. Nakuha? Okay. So next. So we have also the VIPs of firearms. Okay. Sino yung mga VIPs of firearms natin? Of course, we have si Calvin Goddard. Okay, si Colonel Calvin Goddard, of course, he is the father of modern ballistics. He invented the comparison microscope class and of course the helixometer. So again, si Calvin Goddard, ang tinatawag natin na father of modern ballistics. Nasundan niyo? Okay, number 2, isa-isahin natin, si John M. Browning naman. Siya yung tinatawag natin na wizard of modern firearms. He pioneered the breech loading, yung single-shot rifle. Of course, he invented yung Winchester rifle, pump-action shotgun, and Colt 45 automatic rifle. Again, kung si Calvin Goddard, the father of modern ballistics, si John Browning naman, he is the wizard of modern firearms. Nakuha? Then number 3, of course, the third, we have si Samuel Colt. Alam niyo, di ba? So ang Samuel Colt, yung Colt 45, it was credited before him. Okay? Produced the first practical revolver. Yung tinatawag natin na Colt 45. So yan yung kay Samuel Colt. Kay Henry Derringer naman, okay, gave his name to a whole class of firearms manufacture of the pocket pistol. Okay, yung pwedeng may lagay sa bulsa niya class. Yun yung kay Henry Derringer. Then number 5, si Lieutenant Colonel Patrick Ferguson. Okay, so siya naman, he designed his own rifle. So yan lang naman yung description sa kanya. Si Alexander John Forsyth, palagi itong tinatanong sa board exam class. Si Alexander John Forsyth, he invented the percussion system of ignition, yung tinatawag din natin na percussion cap. Okay, so kay Alexander John Forsyth yung class. Okay, he invented the percussion system of ignition. Kay si Alexander John Forsyth. Number 7, si Azel Gal. He invented the Uzi submachine gun. Okay, so kaya yung kay kay Uzi Gal. Okay, he invented the Uzi submachine gun. While si John Garand, okay, ka di ba? Naka-encounter kayo or familiar kayo sa Garand? Okay, of course, yung Garand rifle is the father of semi-automatic US rifle, yung caliber 30 M1. Okay, si John Garand, of course, di ba? Ano yan? Nakakita naman kayo ng Garand? Hindi pa. Hindi kayo nakakita ng Garand class. Wala, hindi nyo ba nakita yan, yung Garand? Ano yan eh, Okay, alam ko yan. Kasi lahat ng yes, sa ROTC yan. Okay, kapag umuwi yung tatay ko, okay, yung mga ano niya. So, palagi niyang yes, ang bigat. Palagi niyang dala yung Garand. Kaya yan yung first na kilala ko na yung kilala ko na na firearm, yung Garand. Okay. Actually, akala ko nga Garand yan dati, wala. Yun pala nung nag-criminology ako, Garand pala. Okay, so yung may D pala, akala ko Garand sa Mercader. Yes. Ano mo yan, sir? Na-issue ba? Ano nyo yun? Yes, uso yan. Uso yan, di ba? So, kasi, yun, sabi ko, bakit yung bigat na, kapag umuwi yung tatay ko dati, yan, sabi ko, bakit ang bigat ng, niya, Garand pala. Yes, wala. Kaya yan yung unang-una kong nakilala na na uso yan sa Mindanao. Okay. Mas mabigat pa, yes, M40. Mabigat yan, class. Pag masok ang lolo, mabunalan, tagaran. Yes. Totoo yun. Kasi yan yung parang natin, no? Parang nakagisna natin na yung Garand. Kaya M14, M16, yan. Kaya lalo na kapag yung papa ninyo is nasa military. Kaya kapag yun pala. So medyo nakakatakot, no? Akala mo dati laruan eh. Pero nung buhatin mo, ang bigat pala. Okay, so yan. Kay yan sa John C. Garand, yung US rifle, caliber 30 M1. Okay? So yan. Okay, then of course si Mikhail, okay, Kalashnikov, of course dapat alam niyo to Si Kalashnikov naman, class, kasi di ba si Colt, si Colt 45 ang credited sa kanya. Si Kalashnikov naman yung AK-47. Hindi ko to makalimutan yung AK-47 eh. Yung tinanong sa board exam during our time, mabuti diniscuss sa atin. Diniscuss sa amin. Parang ano siya eh. Kalashnikov invented this, ganito ganyan. Okay, ang sagot doon AK-47. Kasi sa board exam class hindi naman sila masyado nagdi-discuss or hindi naman sila masyado nagtatanong sa pangalan, di ba? Ang tatanungin nila yung significant contributions ng naturang na personality. Halimbawa, si Mikhail Kalashnikov. Mikhail Kalashnikov invented, he is a Russian designer of blank, that is capable of blah blah blah. Of course, ang sagot mo doon, class, kapag hindi mo alam na ang designer pala ng AK-47 is si Kalashnikov, wala ka talaga. Okay? Yeah, yes, napalabas yan sa movie, sir. Hindi ko alam ang movie na yun Sige, i-share mo sa akin mamaya, sir. So, di ba? Si Sergeant, maraming alam si Sergeant eh. Kaya again, ang Kalashnikov class, yung AK-47. Kaya huwag kayong maniwala, class, doon yung sinabi nila. Huwag kayong mag-memorize ng pangalan kasi hindi yan lalabas sa board exam. That's wrong. Okay? So dapat alamin niyo. Sige sir. Hanapin mo yung title pa mapanood natin. Okay, so again, yung AK-47 class. Okay, sa board exam, di ba, palagi na sinasabi, don't memorize names, don't memorize laws. Okay, that's wrong, class. Mali ang pag-interpret na yon. Okay? Kasi dapat mag-memorize ka pa rin ng pangalan, pero hindi yung pangalan ng talaga nila, yung significant contribution nila. Halimbawa, sino ba yung yung sa percussion cup or ignition cup? Of course, si John Forsyth, di ba? Kaya sa kanya, yung Colt 45, si Samuel Colt. Okay. A sa AK. Okay. So, yan. Sorry. Okay, so ayan, Russian designer of AK-47, si Kalashnikov. Okay, ganun class. Palaging tinatanong niya sa board exam yung kay percussion cup, yung Kalashnikov, tapos yung Colt 45, kay Samuel. So, yun yung paborito nilang itanong sa board exam. Then, si John Mahon Marlin naman, the founder of Marlin Firearms Company and famous for Marlin Caliber 22 carbine. Okay, so kay John Mahon Marlin naman yan. Si Elite Palet Remington naman, one of the first rifle makers. Hindi masyadong hindi masyadong itatanong yan. Okay. Si James Wolf Replay naman stimulated the development of the model 1855 rifled musket. Okay, then of course si Benjamin Robbins, ito rin class paborito rin nila sa board exam. Si Benjamin Robbins, one of the first to state sound ballistic theory. Okay, sound ballistic theory na nag-create kapag nag-fired ka ng bullet or firearms. Then si Elisha King Root helped Samuel Colt synthesize the manufacturing of firearms. Then si Berthold Schwartz and Roger Bacon, okay, credited to have invented the first gunpowder. Then of course si Horace Smith. He founded the Smith and Wesson. Ito rin class, paborito to sa board exam. Yung kapag nag-invent or yung founders ng Smith and Wesson, of course, si Horace Smith. Okay? So, ang palagi yung ang tanda nyo dito, si Horace Smith, si Schwartz and Bacon, si Benjamin Robbins, si Kalashnikov, si John Forsyth, sila yung palaging lumalabas sa board exam. Kasi sila naman talaga yung may kumbaga sa contributions, mas marami silang contributions compare sa ibang VIPs or personalities in the forensic ballistics. Okay? Then, of course, we have si Daniel Wison, partner of Horace Smith, of course, in revolver making na na-discuss natin kanina. Then si David Carbine naman class, si Williams, the maker of the first known carbine firearms, kaya nagkaroon tayo ng carbine firearms dahil kay David Carbine. Then si Oliver Fisher Winchester, he manufactured the Winchester repeating rifle. Si Eugene Stoner naman, develop of, posible rin itong nalalabas, developer and designer of AR-15, and of course, yung tinatawag natin class na M16 rifle. Okay, so ito na class. Alam niyo na to? Okay. Si Eugene Stoner, okay, developer and designer of AR-15 and M16 rifle. Sino yung hindi nakakita ng M16 rifle dito? Lahat naman nakakita, no? Ng M16 rifle, lahat nakakita ng M16 rifle? Lahat ba nakakita ng M16 rifle? Okay na? Okay. Wala namang wala namang. Okay, so yan class. Then of course number 21, si John T. Thompson, he pioneered the making of Thompson submachine gun. And of course, yung submachine gun na yan, the first handheld machine gun. Then si Melvin M. Johnson Jr. invented the Johnson model or yung Johnson Model 1941 rifle and one of the most innovative rifles of the time. Okay, so Melvin Johnson. Then si Dr. Richard Gatling. Okay, si Dr. Richard Gatling, he patented the design of Gatling gun, yung 6-barrel hand crank weapon capable of firing 200 rounds per minute. So yan. Then si Hiram Maxim naman, the inventor of Maxim machine gun and the Maxim silencer. Diba? Kapag, alam niyo naman yung silencer class, diba? Okay, para parang walang ma-reduce yung noise. Okay? Then of course, si George Luger did lasting design with connection with 9mm Parabellum cartridge. Then si Carl Walter developed a reliable small caliber automatic pistol in 1866. But of course, hindi lahat ng mga pangalan dito class itatanong naman. Hindi talaga. Isa o dalawa lang sa entire board exam ninyo ang itatanong ng pangalan. Naka-focus palagi ang examiner sa kapag pangalan man or sa personality, hindi nila itatanong yung pangalan mismo. Itatanong nila kung ano yung invention. I-mention nila yung pangalan ng inventor na yan, yung founders, kung sino yung unang nag-create niyan. Pero ang ipapahula nila or ang sa choices, kung ano yung kanilang na-invent or sino yung designer, sino yung developer, halimbawa, yung developer and designer of M16 rifle, of course. Halimbawa, Eugene Stoner is the developer and designer of what particular firearm. Ang sagot nyo dyan, that is M16 rifle. Okay? So, ganun class. Nakuha niyo ng concept? Okay na ba? Okay na ba? Nakuha niyo ang concept na sundan niyo? Okay, yan yung tinatawag natin na yung strategy. Okay, how to pass the board exam. Okay, so next tayo. Okay, so we have the important points class in firearm history. So, of course, number 1, the use of gunpowder. Saan galing yan, class? The use of gunpowder started in China. Okay, halos, di ba, kung napapansin niyo class, kahit sana, kung saan yung mga na-develop, palagi talagang nanggagaling or palagi talagang nag-originate sa China yung ating gunpowder. Nakuha nyo? So again, the use of gunpowder started in China. Ano pa yung unang na-invent ng China, class? Ano pa? Okay, so wag na lang kasi baka baka may dito, may masagasaan. Okay, grabe naman kayo. Okay. So lahat nauna sila. Okay, kasi kahit sa gunpowder, no, sila yung nakakauna. So yan. So maraming inventions doon. Kumbaga ang dami nila naiisip or marami silang matatalino, 'di ba? Yung mga plastic. 'Di ba? Ang pinakamadaming plastic na products nang galing din sa China. So parang lahat ng sa kanila sila yung nauna na kumbaga kahit siguro no, yung pinagbubuntis pa lang na mga meron ng idea agad-agad. Okay, so the Mongols naman, yung mga Mongolians brought the technology to the Middle East and the Arabs brought it to Europe. Yun yung important form or what we call points rather in firearms history. So dito tayo sa firearm forerunners. Any weapon that propels projectiles, halimbawa yung bow and arrow before, kaya nagkaroon tayo ng firearm forerunners. Okay? Then we have the ancient firearms. So ito yung mga ancient firearms, baka posible ba na lalabas to? Medyo hindi. But of course, kailangan nyo lang case to case, diba? Kumbaga in case na naman natatanungin. Yung arquebus, okay, yung arquebus that is used in 15th to 17th century, yung muzzle loading, smoothbore na siya. Then of course, that is the forerunner of rifle and long arms. While ang blunderbuss naman, that is the muzzle loading, short, large caliber barrel flared at muzzle. So, di ba may tinawag tayo kanina na primer, yung Berdan primer and Baxter primer. So, sige class. As a review, pag sinabi nating Berdan primer class, ilang vent holes meron ang Berdan primer? Okay. Ilang vent holes ang tinatawag natin na Berdan primer? Okay, 2. So, paano nyo, class? Ano yung acronym na ginagamit nyo? Very good. Ano yung ginagamit nyo na acronym dyan? Okay, very good. BIRD 2 and of course, yung Boxer 1. Maraming nagkakamali dyan kasi ang Boxer daw, 2 butas. No. Ang nyo dyan, BIRD 2 and Box 1. Okay? So, very good, Jongjong. Okay, BIRD 2. So, yan. Okay, of course class, sa musket, meron tayong muzzle loading, smoothbore firearms, then we have the fired from the shoulder. Mamaya explain natin yan isa-isa. Ang rifled musket class that is made in 19th century, much more accurate than smoothbore musket, yung rifled musket. History lang yan. So we have the classification of firearms class. So ang general classification of firearms, of course, una dyan, we have the smoothbore firearms. Of course, ang smoothbore hindi lang kay shotgun, Of course, kay muskets rin. Okay? Smooth bore firearms. Ang rifle naman, of course, class, from the word itself, rifled bore firearms with riflings. Ibig sabihin, kapag may riflings, there is a land and of course, there is a grooves. Pag sinabi nating lands, class, what is that? Okay, ano yung lands? Okay, ano naman yung grooves? Ano yung kaibahan nilang dalawa? Okay? What is lands? What is groove? Okay, nandyan pa ba kayo? Okay, what is the what we call the lands? Ano yung kaibahan ng lands sa grooves? Pag sinabi nating lands, what is lands? Okay, so very good. Pag sinabi nating lands class, that is the elevated portion or yung tinatawag natin na hill-like structure. Again, pag sinabi nating lands, of course, that is the elevated portion. Pag sinabi naman natin na grooves class, that is what we call the depressed portion or canal-like. Okay, very good. Ang gagaling ng student ko. So again, pag sinabi nating lands, that is the hill-like structure or the elevated portion, while ang tinatawag naman natin na grooves, that is the canal-like portion. Okay, nakuha? Nasundan ninyo? Nasundan na ba? Very good. So, sino ba yung nandito? So, yan. So, yun yung kaibahan class ng lands and groups. Okay? So, of course, we have the main classification of firearms. So, of course, we have the artillery and the small arms. Ang artillery, nabubulol na ako, no? Artillery. Okay, ang artillery class, that is the classification of firearms, which is more than 1 inch diameter of projectile. Again, 1 inch. So, ang tanda nyo dyan is more. Okay, more than 1 inch of diameter. While ang small arm naman, less than 1 inch in diameter. So, yan yung kaibahan nilang dalawa. Then, portable and can be handled by only one man. Kasi ang artillery, of course, kasi more than 1 inch in diameter. So, medyo malaki siya compare sa tinatawag natin na small arms. Okay? So, of course, ang example, so we have the machine guns. Okay, M60. Okay? So, then, of course, Bren gun, mounted caliber 30 and 50 caliber guns. Ang shoulder naman, yung tinatawag natin na shoulder arms, of course, yung it can be fired by, of course, your shoulder. Yung rifle, carbine, and of course, the what we call the shotgun. And of course, ang handguns naman class na tinatawag natin are yung mga revolvers. Kasi pag sinabi nating revolver class, okay, before tayo pupunta sa kabila, pag sinabi nating revolver, merong ano siya? Anong meron sa kana? Kaya bakit tinawag siya na revolver? Ano yung meron sa revolver class? Ano yung umiikot doon? Yung lalagyan. I-imagine nyo na lang Okay, very good. There is a rotating cylinder. Okay? So there is a rotating cylinder class. Kaya tinawag siya ngayon na revolver. Okay, bakit naman siya tinawag class na rifle? Okay? Bakit naman siya tinawag na rifle? Ha? Bakit siya tinawag na rifle? Okay. So, ibig sabihin, there is a rifling. Okay? So, yun yung tinatawag natin na rifle. There is a lance and grooves. Okay? So, yan yung tinatawag natin. How about yung shotgun class? Pag sinabi natin shotgun, okay, bakit tinawag siya na shotgun? Okay, bakit siya tinawag na sorry. Okay, bakit siya tinawag na shotgun? Okay, of course, smooth bore or slugs. Okay, so yan class. Okay, alam niyo naman pala So ready na to take the board exam. Okay, then of course, next tayo. So we have the mechanical construction. Okay, so of course, different mechanical construction. So una, we have the single shot firearms. Okay, so we have the repeating firearms. Ang single shot, of course, tawag nito, pagputok, of course, another load, single shot firearms. While yung repeating firearms, tuloy-tuloy yan. Yung bolt action, lever action, slide action, semi-automatic, and automatic action. So yan yung mga mechanical construction. So dito tayo. Isa-isahin natin yan. Okay, like muskets. Okay, class. Dito tayo sa ammunition. Okay, so ano ba yung tinatawag natin na ammunition? Of course, ang definition ng ammunition, ito yung tinatawag natin. Of course, we have the loaded shell. So pag sinabi nating loaded shell, of course, rifles, yung muskets, yung carbines, shotguns, revolvers, and pistols, from which a bullet, shot, or shell, or other missile, with the use of gunpowder and other explosives. Yan yung tinatawag natin na ammunition. Tandaan nyo, pag sinabi natin ammunition, that is a loaded shell. Ibig sabihin, of course, may laman yan ng gunpowder. Of course, we have the letter B, ammunition for air rifles. The technical definition class, of course, that is the group of cartridges, single unit, single cartridge, single round, or complete unfired unit class. Ito yung palaging it is a complete unfired unit consisting of a bullet, a cartridge case, and of course the gunpowder and primer. Tinatawag natin yan class ni ammunition. Ibig sabihin kapag hindi pa pumutok kas, okay, yung complete unfired unit na yan, na of course ang consist niya is the bullet, okay, yung sa dulo, the cartridge case, the gunpowder, and of course, the primer. So yan yung tinatawag natin class na ammunition. Tandaan nyo pag tinanong sa board exam, it is a complete unfired unit consisting of a bullet, cartridge case, gunpowder, and primer. Tinatawag natin yan na ammunition sa ngayon. Then, of course, we have the evolution of the cartridge. Of course, una dyan, powder charge and ball bullets loaded one after the other. Powder charge and shot trap in paper, Latin charta, or yung, of course, di ba, pag sinabi natin yung paper, nanggaling yan sa Latin na charta, paper and French cartouche, or yung roll of paper. Then parts of the cartridge class, we have the bullet that is also known as a slug, okay? So again, the parts of the cartridge, we have the bullet, or tinatawag naman natin na slug. Of course, lahat naman kayo nakakita, di ba, ng bullet. Then, of course, the cartridge case. Ang cartridge case class, tinatawag rin natin yan na shell or casing. Then, of course, we have the gunpowder. Ang gunpowder class, tinatawag rin natin yan na propellant or powder charge. Okay? Then, of course, we have the primer or yung primer cup na tinatawag natin. It is a cup of highly sensitive priming mixture ignited through percussion. Kapag na kasi yung primer cup na yan automatic, di ba? Masusunog yung tinatawag natin na gunpowder, of course, puputok na yan class. Ito yung parts ng tinatawag natin na cartridge class. Again, you have the bullet or the also known as the slug. Ang cartridge case, tinatawag natin yan na shell or casing. Ang gunpowder, tinatawag din natin yan class na propellant or powder charge. Ang primer or yung primer cup, that is the highly sensitive priming mixture ignited through percussion cap. Okay, so that is the parts of the cartridge. Nakuha ba? Nakuha na ninyo? Okay na ba? Okay, so let's move on to the next slide. Okay, so we have the classification of cartridges. Okay, una dyan, according to the type of firearms used. Again, una, we have the classification of cartridges that is according to the types of firearms used. Una dyan, we have the revolver cartridges, the pistol cartridges, the rifle, and of course, the shotgun cartridges class. Okay? So, di ba kapag sa revolver, there is a revolving cylinder. Of course, there is a cartridges na kailangan natin. So, dito class, very important rito. According to the location of the primers, So we have the according to the location of the primers. So we have the pinfire cartridges. Yung pinfire cartridges class that is already obsolete, nakalagay dyan, that is already obsolete. It is made by Monsieur Defrox in Paris in 1836. That is contain a pin at the head of which yung end protrusion class is hit by a hammer or ignition. So kapag tanong sa board exam kung ano yung obsolete na primer, of course, ang sagot nyo dyan, pinfire cartridges. Then, second, we have the rimfire cartridges. Yung rimfire class or yung rimfire cartridges, of course, applicable yan sa .22 pistols or caliber 22. Yung revolvers and rifles, priming mixture inside and around the rim, hammer or firing pin strikes the rim of ignition, and then, of course, identifiable through its head stump. Rim fire. Okay? Rim fire. Of course, yan. Although it's rim. Okay, yung rim fire cartridges, of course, further classification. So, yan, yung rim fire cartridges. Then, of course, yung center fire. Yung center fire cartridge used in the most modern firearm. Ito yung tinanong last board exam class. What type of primers or cartridges natin class or cartridges wherein yung sa mga bago or makabagong modern firearms, yan na yung ginagamit. Ang sagot doon, center fire cartridges. Of course, yung primer cap niya, matatagpuan natin yan sa center. Okay? Sa center. Then the firing pin hits the center. Then of course, the flame will passes through the vent or flash hole, igniting the powder to charge. Kaya puputok. Okay? So dapat ang alam nyo dito, ang palagi yung alam dito or ang focus nyo dito class, yung center fire cartridges. That is, yung letter D na yan. Palagi yung tinatanong. Kasi yan yung pinaka-latest So, meron tayong tinatawag na shotgun shells. Okay, ang shotgun shells, it is a single unit of ammunition for shotguns. Of course, very obvious naman, no? It is a single ammunition for shotguns. Of course, ang mga parts niya dyan, we have the tubular case. Okay, paper, plastic or metal or metallic base with a primer, powder or propellant, wads and shots or pellets. Then, importance of wads. Okay, gano'n ka-importante yung tinatawag natin na wads? Okay, ang function ng wads is it is the sealer of gun bore, preventing the gas pressure leaking around shot charge. Together with pellets, wads provide information as to the maker and ammunition or ammo class and type of gauge and of shotgun. So that is the important of, ano ba yan? Ano yung type niya and ang tinatawag natin na shotgun. Then, of course, yung cartridge cases. Pag sinabi natin cartridge cases, yung definition niya, it is a tubular metallic or non-metallic container which holds together yung bullet, yung gunpowder, and of course, the primer. Ulitin natin. Pag sinabi natin cartridge case, it is a tubular metallic or non-metallic container which holds together yung bullet, gunpowder, and the primer. So, ang other terms niya is the shell or casing na na-discuss natin kanina. Ang functions nila, okay, holder ng bullet, ng gunpowder, and primer. So, of course, meron tayong tinatawag na waterproof container. Gunpowder and sealer, yung gas breech and other the barrel. Then, of course, we have the different parts of cartridge, di ba? So, we have the classification of cartridge casing class. Okay, of course, we have the according to case shape. Okay, so ito yung sa revolvers. Okay, sa revolvers class, kung titingnan ninyo, ano siya? Okay, so yan, cartridge cases. Ito naman yung rarest cartridge cases natin sa Magnum Jet. Okay, caliber 22 carbines. Medyo paano, no, pero putol dito sa ano. Then of course, used in the modern rifle cartridges that there is a greatest powder capacity. Medyo mahaba siya class compare dito sa kabila. Okay? So medyo pointed yung ano niya pero hindi masyado. Then of course, according to the head, ito naman class yung rim, okay? Okay, yung ano yan, applicable yan sa caliber 38 and caliber 357. Then yung simmer rim, okay? So yan. Okay, sa caliber 38s. Then yung rimless naman, Okay, so kung tingnan mo yun, tatlo na. Then of course, yung rebated. Okay, rebated rim and of course, yung belted. Nandyan. Okay, so yan class, yung mga classification of cartridges natin. Okay, so yan. Okay, dito tayo sa tinatawag natin na bullets. Of course, we have the definition of the bullets. It is the cylindrical projectile propelled by expansive force of gases from burning gunpowder. Of course, that is the definition of the bullet. Kasi hindi naman lahat class yan, bullet. Okay, parts lang ng cartridge class or ammunition, yung tinatawag natin na bullets. Okay, so of course, ang origin ng bullets, okay, okay, it is not originally used in firearms but in sling. Okay, used in firearm placed in front of the gun powder. Okay, dapat yun class kasi 'di ba? Yung ano naman kasi, yung 'di ba yung casing yun yung ano, yung babalik, 'di ba? Kapag ano naman yung tinatawag natin na bullet, siya yung tatama, 'di ba? Then of course, we have the lead balls as projectiles, bullet from the French bullet, which little ball, di ba? So then of course, Delvin, a French infantry officer, invented the breech in 1826, giving way to breech loading system. Then meron tayong tinatawag na pointed bullets that is also known as conical bullets or hollow base which expand upon firing, engaging the rifling. Ibig sabihin, lumalaki. Pointed bullets class. Then, of course, we have the modern bullet, yung copper jacketed bullet class. Yung elongated. Okay, elongated bullet with a lead bore in a copper coating. Then, of course, there is a greater muzzle velocity. Okay? Yung Spitzer bullet naman flew for greater distance, more accurately carried more energy. Then we have the boat tail bullet. Okay, steam line or steam lane based or Spitzer bullet reduces form of drop. Okay, di ba? Masyadong complicated na yan. Okay, so yan. So we have the bullet classification according to the mechanical construction. Una, we have the lead bullets. Okay, lead or alloy or lead, tin, and antimony. So palagi yan. Ang jacketed bullets naman, there is a gilding metal. A copper of alloy, approximately of 90% copper and 10% of zinc. Yan yung combination ng jacketed bullet. Then the copper-plated steel, the jacket of caliber, of course, caliber 45 bullets. Note the primary function to prevent the adherence of metal or lead to inside of gun barrel. That is the bullet classification. Then, of course, according to the bullet shape, so we have the tip shapes here. Then we have the ogive. Okay, so ogive. Okay, so ayan, tungsten. Okay, so full metal, jacketed bullet, soft point, and of course, hollow point. Okay, tingnan niyo yung class yung kanilang shape. Okay, so ito dito. Ito yung hollow point, ito yung soft point. Okay, then of course, yung full metal jacket. Yung Spitzer, okay, yan yung Spitzer, yung ogive naman ogive shape. Okay, parang oblong. Okay, then of course, yung round nose. Yung flat nose. Okay, itong flat nose, flat of course. Then semi-wad cutter. Ayan. Then wad cutter. So ayan, class, tingnan ninyo. Okay, then heel shape. Okay, yung flat base. Okay, yung ano naman, dito naman yung flat base. Boat tail. Okay, so parang ano siya, alam niyo naman yung boat, di ba? So yun, class. Boat tail according to the bullet shape. So baka sa board exam, no, maglalagay sila ng illustration. So dapat ready kayo, class. So again, ayan yung ogive shape, tip shapes, then of course yung heel shapes. Ang sa heel shape, dalawa yan, yung flat base and boat tail. Ang sa ogive naman, may Spitzer, may round nose, flat nose, semi-wad cutter, and wad cutter. Then ang sa tip shape, hollow point, soft point, whole metal jacketed. Then of course, we have yun yung sa tip shapes natin. Okay, then of course, according to the bullet type, so we have the solid lead, solid hollow point, solid paper patch, metal case, soft metal case, and of course yung point, rifled slug. Okay, so we have the rifled bullets. Of course, we have the ball bullets class. It is a soft lid course inside the jacket used against the personnel only. Yan yung ball bullets class. While yung armor piercing, palaging tinatanong ito ka sa board exam class, yung armor piercing, there is a hardened steel force fired at vehicles and other armored targets, di ba? So yan yung ano, di ba? Yung armored car, yung kumukuha ng yung mga armored car natin class. Diba? So yan yung, ang ginagamit na bullets dyan is armor piercing bullets. Okay? To fire the vehicles and other armored targets. Kaya that's why kapag nakadepende yan kung ano yung magiging target ninyo. Kung ano yung magagamitin ninyo ng bullets. Then we have the tracer bullets. Ang tracer bullets, the base contains chemical compound USU, barium nitrates, catches fire when the bullet is projected, seen during nighttime. So that is the tracer bullets. Okay, so kasi of course nakita. Then we have the incendiary bullets. Incendiary bullets contain a mixtures of fires on impact used on combustible targets, yung nasusunog. Diba? Yung gasoline depot, aircrafts, and etc. Incendiary bullet class, di ba? Kung gusto mo masunog yung target mo na aeroplano, so ang gagamitin dyan class is the incendiary bullets, okay? Or yung gasoline, okay? Then we have explosive or fragmentary bullets that is contained of high charge of explosive that is limited to 20 millimeter and above. Okay, so explosive or fragmentary bullets class. Ang palaging tinatanong dito sa board exam yung number 2 and number 4, yung incendiary bullet and armor piercing bullets class. So that's why dapat familiarize or familiar kayo dito. Okay? Then of course, we have the primers. Ang primers, we have the description of the primers. The portion of cartridge, yan yung primers natin, consists of brass or gilding metal cup that contains some highly sensitive mixtures of chemical compound. Cup is ignited by, of course, by percussion rather. See Jan Forsyth. Used for igniting the gunpowder or powder charge, yung priming mixture may be contained in separate primer cup, separate center, bottom rim, or yung may rim fire. So ito class, yung mga Magnum primers, of course, we already discussed the Burden primers that is composed of 2 vent holes. While yung Boxer primers naman, of course, 1 vent hose na yan. Okay. So, of course, we have yung tinatawag natin na parts of primer. So, dito tayo mag-end class ngayong gabi. So, i-continue na lang natin tomorrow. So we have the parts of primer. Of course, hindi mawawala yung primer cup na tinatawag natin. Yung primer cup, yun yung container of the priming mixture. Kaya nagkaroon na yun ng primer cup. Yung priming mixture naman, that is highly sensitive chemical mixture, contained in the priming cup or the primer cup, yung laman. While ang anvil, where the priming mixture is crushed by a blow from the firing pin, while ang disc naman, it is a small paper or tin foil pressed over the priming mixture. Its purpose is to hold the priming mixture in place and of course to exclude the moisture class. Okay? So para makontrol yung sa loob. So that is the parts of the priming, the primer. So ang primer cup, container of the priming mixture, ang priming mixture, yan yung combination or yung content ng tinatawag natin na primer. So ang composition class ng primer, of course, that is composed of potassium chlorate. Yan yung initiator and fuel. That is 45% class. Then we have the antimony, yung antimony sulfide, yung element and fuel, that is 23%. And of course, the fulminate of mercury, siya rin yung initiator, that is 32%. Okay, so we have tingnan ko muna, i-compute natin, baka kung kulang. 45 plus 23 plus 32. Parang kulang. Okay, tama. Tama, no? Tama, class. We have 100%. Okay, yung primer composition. Kasi, tinanong last time sa board exam. Okay, 100. Tama, 100. Akala ko 80 lang. So yan, yung primer composition natin. Then of course, we will end with characteristics of gunpowder, also known as propellant, powder charge, ignited by the primer flash, and so on. Okay, so dito tayo sa characteristics of gunpowder. Okay, so of course class, ang classification of and composition of the gunpowder. So dalawa yan. We have the black powder and of course the smokeless powder. Ang black powder class composed of 75% potassium nitrate. Dapat alam na alam nyo to 75% potassium nitrate and 10% of sulfur, and that is 15% of charcoal. Yan yung composition class or classification and composition of the black gunpowder. Yung smokeless powder naman, yung nitricellulose base naman, composed of nitricellulose, 60 parts, nitroglycerin, 35 parts. Tinanong to dati. Then of course, yung baseline class, 5 parts, 60. Okay, so yan. Okay, so yan yung tinatawag natin class na characteristics of gunpowder. Of course, class, ang gunpowder po sinabi natin, that is the propellant, di ba? That is the propellant class that is capable. Kapag nasunog yan class, of course, mahihit na ng bullet yung tinatawag natin na target. So again, ang black powder natin, okay, so yan, potassium nitrate, 75%, sulfur, 10%. Ang charcoal, that is 15%. While sa smokeless gunpowder naman or powder, ang nitrocellulose, 60 parts. Ang nitroglycerin, 35 parts. And yung baseline naman, that is 5 parts. Nakuha niyo? Okay na ba? Okay, so yan. 8 p.m. na palakas. So we will continue with our discussion tomorrow sa forensic ballistics. Then after that, pupunta tayo sa QD. Okay? After, konti lang